Wednesday and Education Wednesday through the Amp Live TV and the Amp Live Real Estate Show. I'll be your host, Erick Jimenez, for the next probably 15, 20, 30 minutes. We won't go any longer than that because the last one was about 45, 50 minutes or so. Go check it out if you missed it. Lots of golden nuggets and pro tips and things that you can use, some updates, what's going on throughout the United States of America on interest rates, the buyer's market, seller's market, different areas like Texas and different states on how they're doing different things as far as like what's the word I'm looking for? As far as property values, whether they're selling, not selling, days on the market, hot pockets, crap pockets, and things of that nature. But we'll get into a little bit because I know right now is summertime. We're cruising into summertime. So awesome hot, not just hot wherever you're located, but a hot market where people are wanting to sell, motivated sellers, pre-foreclosures, probates, and all that good stuff is happening. So, but you need to know what to do first of all, you need to know how to find them and then know what to do when you find them and what to say to be able to work those deals. And we're discussing it before. It's like, what was the secret? It wasn't really a secret. It's just common sense. And that's speed to lead. Moving quickly, moving fast, because things will fall through the cracks. These will fall through the pipeline. I always like to look at it as like, hey, it's a funnel, right? You got a funnel. And then there's the funnel right there. And then at the bottom, stuff pops out, deals, right? That's your pipeline. And then obviously I like to look at it with creative real estate investing, like there's little holes or spigots for different, hey, this is a sub 2, seller finance, lease option, maybe it's cash, maybe it's a novate, maybe it's a option, maybe it's a freaking lease or rent to own, right? So you got all these options here. Of course, if you're just rocking and rolling with straight up wholesale, boom, or you're just looking to buy properties cash, you know what you need. There's the numbers, goes into the funnel, run it through the pipeline. The other side, you're going to either make an offer on the phone or you're going to go belly to belly and work a better offer. That's just how it works, right? So, but also when you're done with that, if you're not versed in creative real estate investing, and that's what the show is going to be about, is creative real estate investing. We're going to talk about those topics and how important they are in your career as a real estate investor, not as a wholesaler, but as a real estate investor. And if you're wanting to learn how to fix and flip and buy and hold and be able to buy these, storage units or multifamily properties, assisted living, all that good stuff, it just comes down to understanding the numbers, how to work the numbers, massaging a little bit. Multifamily is a little longer game, takes a little bit longer to find and work and do, as well as the numbers and due diligence. But it's the same. The foundation is the same to a degree as far as knowing what you need to do, right? Find a property, evaluate it, underwrite it, see where the money's at, and then make an offer and go that route. Sometimes you may think of an exit strategy or not. If you're just starting out, then there's probably only one. It's either a bird dog or wholesale, and that's it. 70, 75 cents on the dollar, and then you move on if you can't work a deal. But that's not what we're about. That's not what AHA, Americans Helping Americans, and AMP Live is about. So I'm going to share a little bit about that. I'll just pop it in right now so we have it. It'll be part of our brand and sponsorship through VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments as well. But we're going to talk about deals for the summer. This is like when investors are rocking and rolling, hitting it hard, and scaling up their lead gen machines, door knocking, whatever it may be, right? I always like to call them verticals, whether it's text marketing, ringless voicemail, direct mail, and obviously the other stuff. You got AI, you have cold calling, driving for dollars, getting some brain farts today. I don't know what the heck's going on here with that, but it is what it's Wednesday, right? I guess a hump day or whatever. Just a lot of stuff rocking and rolling right now, so trying to stay on top of it all, as well as coming out here and setting up these little shows with the live stuff. And it does, it takes some time to do, even though I want it done a certain way. Someone has to plug this in and make it happen, as well as me and us. So what we have here today for a couple of minutes here. All right. So if you don't know who I am Erick Jimenez of AHA, Americans Helping Americans. Obviously, our brands are AMP Live, and Amp Live Media. The American Mentee programs are one-on-one mentoring program, as well as the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. This is our newest program that just rolled out, and it's called Accelerator for a reason. Is to get you rocking and rolling very quickly without spending years and years spinning your wheels. And that's happening a lot with people that I speak with throughout the United States of America. And that is, what do we got there? Okay. I don't know what that is. All right. Of America. And things are just happening, right? So we're trying to just stay abreast of it all as the navigation of creative real estate investing and real estate in general is moving. You may think it's not, because people think it's stagnated, right? Properties just stay on the market. Nothing's really happening. But it is. There's stuff happening everywhere if you're just pushing it and looking for it and you know what to look for. And let's see what we got. It's always live, real, and uncut. I'm going to share this with you. Your key to home ownership. I guess you just got to step it up and get a little fired up, right? It's just one of them days like, come on, man, right? I have to eat up my own PMA, positive mental attitude, right? That sounds kind of weird, right? PMA, positive mental attitude, and get that fired up. You got to get to a different level. And that means, hey, when you have positive mental attitude and you change your attitude, you change your altitude, means, yep, let's go, up. And that's kind of where, that's, as you can see, you're seeing it right before your eyes on how you can adjust your own life and things that are happening with you. And in general, right? Not to say anything, disclose anything, but like I said, I don't throw names out there, addresses and things of that nature, but we talk to people every single day. And sometimes, they get a little depressed and they get, thinking, who knows? Some people, it is what it is. You don't know until you don't know what someone's going through until you talk with them, if they're willing to share that. And sometimes they need that, right? Talk with them. It's okay. There's others, hey, that investor's a jerk, that investor has an ego, or they don't care about anybody's problems, because that's not what it's about. It's all about money, money, money. I get that, right? But at the same token, we're human beings, and you're in a personal business, right? It's all about being personal and having customer service, and actually, how do you maintain that and take care of clients at the same token when you're man, you're getting frustrated, man, I just want to do a deal. I want to rock a deal. Forget this, forget that, forget this. I don't care. Okay, cool. Here's my offer. It's a good offer. Take it. Don't take it. Right. And people can get like that. They get a little frustrated. Right. I get it. And then the other thing is getting on the phone. Right. How do you can do stuff, hey, here's a contract, do this, do that, do that, do that, do this, do this. But then if it gets to that point, if you're not doing the due diligence by the time it gets to the end, which is close of escrow, it could blow up, it could fall out of escrow, then all that shit was for nothing. And I just don't like doing that. I'd rather nip it in the bud right out of the gate, build that relationship. Who are we dealing with? Who are we rocking with? It's okay. Let's get on the phone. Let's work some deals. If not, that's cool too. But there's too many sensitive people right now in the United States of America, or in the world in general, right? Get on the phone. Don't take shit personal. Text is impersonal, and sometimes it gets lost in translation. Who gives a shit? I get it. I mean, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I get an email or a text and go, that's just, maybe I'm taking it wrong, right? So it's best to get on the phone, but then not everybody has time, because you're texting, you're doing business, you're 20,000 calls all over the place, right? So it is just, I think, getting back to basics, right? Basics. What are you doing? You're hunting deals. You're going to hunt those deals. How you hunt them? Well, if you're hunting creative real estate investing deals, there's going to be different ways, right? Go get our prop stream little guide in regards to finding those subject to existing financing deals at 2.8 and 3 and 4% interest rates, stacking up the leads or stacking up the data. So it's hot data, right? You got probates, maybe it's a tax lien, maybe there's a tired landlord, maybe there's a divorce in there. So you got 3 or 4 hot points in there. That means more solutions, more motivation, more money for you by solving those problems for that seller. That's the beauty of creative real estate investing. And today I'm going to throw out the opportunity, because this is it. It is June. So June is getting fired up. It's kind of like my Tuesdays and Thursdays are like sales days, right? So I get fired up on Tuesdays, fired up on Thursdays. Monday's an admin day. Wednesday's an admin day, including today. Friday, an admin day. Saturday, we mix it up. Sunday, we mix it up. Sundays are my favorite, rants and raves. The Sunday sermon rants and rave show through Amp Live and the Amp Live Real Estate Show. But Wednesday, I get it. Wednesday is talking, usually just kind of kicking back. What are we talking about? Wellness Wednesday, talking about health. Now we're going to be talking about education and actually getting into some educating and sharing some stuff with you on how to break down certain deals. Or probably, I'm thinking of maybe breaking down the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator and going through the modules every week. And then tomorrow's Thursday for Thursday Deal Day at 6 p.m. And then at 2 p.m., we're going to do the Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup webinar. And that is going to be about showing you how to dominate your area, how to find those deals, how to kick some ass, how to piss off or make agents and brokers super happy, or you're going to piss them off because you're rocking their deals and they think they're snagging your deals. And eventually they'll come because, cream rises to the top and they go, hey, can you find me a deal? Can you work with me? I need this, I need that, right? That's usually how it works. But as you can see, our sponsors, Amp Live, or I should say VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investment, Step into Excellence. Definitely scan that QR code right there if you want access to the MLS for Southern California. It's not going to cost you a dime, but hey, you'll be able to find some properties, just run them through the broker and all that good stuff. When you come aboard our Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator or the American Mentee program, you get introduced to Miss Elizabeth and Miss Al for the VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments. Obviously, we're powered by Amp Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company that puts on this stuff and sets this stuff up. It's through Amp Live TV, which is always real, raw, and standing for truth. We're going to talk about, again, what's today? Today is all about creative real estate investing, how to get those off-market deals. How do you find those off-market deals? First and foremost, we talked about data. But I do want to share this with you before we get any further. Where are we at? 11 minutes already. Man, time flies. Time flies. That's crazy. All right. I'm just going to put some links up in here. I think Instagram said something about links. They're like, oh, my God, what? You can't be doing links or this and that. And they had to do some identification crap or whatever that was. That was pretty weird. Just to clear it up or whatever. I don't know. They're tripping out. Their algorithms, right? The algorithms they create are pretty trippy. It is what it is, right? So we rock and roll. It's got to be a better way. Maybe building your own website, right? Is the thing. We got our own website. We do our own podcast on our website. We can do everything on the website, including this, right? And if they block you, they can't block you off your own website unless they try to take away your website. That's different, right? All right, this is absolutely free. Download the free Sub2 fix and flip calculator. You're definitely going to need that because if you're looking for data and you're finding data, which I'm going to share with you on how you can get that data, then you can actually use this fix and flip calculator, Sub2 calculator for a Sub2 deal. We do have a wholesale calculator, a seller finance calculator as well, or I like to call them deal automators, right? So once you get that information, you just plug it in there, press a button, and it pops it all out, including hard money. We have one for hard money where, hey, you know what? I'm thinking, hey, I think I can take this down, Eric. Want to go ahead and do it. You pop in all the information. If it says good, boom, you can print out the kind of like an offering of some sort, and you can send that directly to the lender. You can also press the apply button, and it'll take you directly to VIP lending, and you can qualify for a hard money loan, traditional loan, conventional FHA, doesn't matter, directly. And that is a broker. So when you're dealing with a broker, you're going to get a better deal than a direct lender. You're going to get a better deal, period, all the way around if you're going in that direction, even with a DSCR loan. Okay. So definitely keep that in mind, and you get introduced to the brokerage out of the gate. So let's go. Let's get into what we got. I'm probably 15 minutes. I'll go 15 minutes. I'm going to rant and rave here about stuff that's going on. So interest rates are obviously not changing, but somebody said that they were going to go down, this and that. Who knows? Anything could change. Remember that, right? And we got the Iran thing that's going on. So there's a lot of excuses. We're supposed to have gas here in the United States of America. But yet gas is fucking high. Food's high. We got hyperinflation, where products used to be nice and big, and now they're like tiny and small. And the portion stuck. The quality of everything is pretty much sucking now, right? Which is horrible. But with that said, without being so negative, real estate, hey, it's doing its thing. It's not crashing anytime soon. Properties are doing what they're going to be doing as far as staying on the market a little bit longer. see what I got here. I think I want to share this with you. Where's it at? Okay. Got a couple pathways for you for jumping aboard. Come on. Where's it at? Right there? There you go. Have some challenges for yourself and myself. I think on the last one I said I challenged myself because it's June and July. I believe we'll start that on Friday. We're going to go from Friday, June 19th, to July 19th. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not going to, I might document it live. It's going to be documented no matter what, but I may or may not come up live. Unless a cool story pops up and go, hey, we got a win. Even if we got a loss or we got some crazy shit from going to a house, writing a contract, or sellers because they do some crazy shit. Buyers do some crazy. Everybody does crazy shit these days, right? But I'm not into the drama or the bull shizzle badizzle BS, right? But it comes with the territory because we're dealing with human interaction. When there's human interaction, feelings are involved, emotions are involved, money's involved, right? All that stuff gets put into a pot, and you got to moderate it. You got to control it to a degree. You got to, keep it where it needs to be. And there's ways of doing that. We call it the Amplive method when we're dealing with sellers and we're dealing with investors and we're dealing with, even our students and mentees on how to approach certain things when we're dealing with a transaction or dealing with sellers and buyers. Yes, money in the follow-up, niches and riches, all those terms we believe in. So what I want to share with you today, right now, is all about creative real estate investing, okay? On how powerful, I don't know how many times I need to say it, but you need to learn this stuff. Because if you don't, when the market starts shifting and changing, it's going to be a day late and $1 short, and oh shit, I should have learned it. I should have did it right. And it's not to say to sell you something. Yeah, do we have a program? We sure do. What's it based on? Wholesale. Creative real estate investing, subject to seller financing. We're even throwing in lease options and rent to owns because those are going to come back. Trust me, they're just not here yet. And I got my little prediction hat. It's been kind of firing here. So it's been firing pretty good and on course. Even like the refi stuff, right? Refis have gone up, and that's my thing. Hey, you need to get a refi, get connected with VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments. They'll help you with the very, very passionate about what they do. They'll fight for you in regards to going all the way to the top in corporate. If it's underwriting and it's in there, then they'll make it happen one way or another, as long as you're able to, obviously go to battle with that and have the scores and the finances and be flexible with what the broker is trying to help you with, right? Because they're part of your team. So people have forgotten that stuff, right? It's like, oh, hey, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? What can you do for me? What can you do for me? Kind of like here, right? I'm here. I'm sharing this stuff. Yes, I'm building this stuff. We're building this stuff and we're sending it out there for free. Everybody knows who I am. I don't believe in free, but hey, someone has to pay for it, and that's us. We're giving it to you. But is there an ulterior motive? Of course, get you in our ecosystem. So hopefully you'll love us and like us at the end of the day. We understand what we're doing and what we're about. You jump aboard the cause and mission. You go, man, this is awesome. This is what I've been looking for a long time. And we rock and roll and we move forward and we just kick some butt and then rock into the sunset, as they say, right? All right. So it's in the chat. It's also going to be inside the post down below. A few things that I didn't get to share on the last live here, and that's going to be the Amplive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And that is the opportunity for you to get into this business, right? Wholesale. Hey, the Midwest is $5,000 maybe, right? So East Coast, West Coast, 10, 15, 20, $25,000 for a wholesale deal. If you put it together right, put the package together, and you do all that good stuff, and then you get paid more. The more you do, the more you get paid. And if you're going to do a creative real estate investing deal, yeah, you can create a real estate deal. And I always like to negotiate the best equity we possibly can get, go sub 2 so we can control the whole property and not have to worry about circumvention or any of that good stuff. And then obviously we can borrow against it if we need to, if we're going to buy and hold it, if we're going to fix it and flip it. Yes, we use OPM, other people's money, to, hey, we call them friendship deals. They write a check. we go ahead and fix up the property, put it back on the market, and then give them a check back. Fix and flip, right? All day long. There's a lot of sub twos. I like to call them sub two buyouts. We'll probably do a training on that next week. We'll do friendship deals and sub two buyouts. Some people are going to go, what the hell does that even mean? What is that? Maybe we need a nice, easier peasy type of, I guess, subject title or a headline that makes, sense in their brains or your brains. And then breaking down what subject to is, breaking down what a friendship deal is, how they work together, how powerful they can be for you and others across the United States of America, simply because you're using leverage, right? Leverage is astronomical in return investment when it comes to that. And the deals are out there. You probably think, well, who's going to give their house away? Who's going to let you take over their house? It's done more and more now, simply because of the rates. People are locked into the rates. And then some people are locked in as far as not being able to sell the property for what they need to sell it for. So they're willing to do certain things. Same token, great way to not have to pay those capital gains taxes and spread it out over time. It's just a matter of explaining it to them so they understand what's happening on both sides. It's not just a one-way street, right? There's risks on the investor side. There's risks on the seller side. So they both got to be working in tangent together for it to work. It also needs to be presented to the seller in a way. We got a report too. It's one of our older reports, revamped, remodified. Probably going to put it on the website as well, where we'll share that with them. And it's all about being able to sell your house within 7 days. Easy peasy, right? It's a simple report. At the same token, this is all about sub two and explains all the rebuttals and all that good stuff. Are you going to make my payment and all this good stuff? What's going to happen? Is this really your house? Is it my house? What about the loan? All that stuff comes under fire. And we have rebuttals to massage it all out so they understand what's going on. At the same token, we do have, let me see. Where's it at? We're going to bring it up right here. All right, cool. Did I bring it? Let me see. Okay. Where's it at? Maybe. Oh, there it is. All right. So we got what's called the Seller's VIP Equity Program, Your Price Guarantee, along with its sibling. All right. And it's called the AHA Guaranteed Equity Program. Now, obviously, that's going to be for people, and we're celebrating that just for, we just finished building that all out because it's going to actually obviously solve a problem, and that's for the novation thing. People call it novation, novates, things of that nature, where here's our funnel. We'll offer cash 1, cash 2, cash 3, highest and best. That doesn't work. We start moving into what's going to be the next phase. We don't share it with them, but it is what it is. It's called subject to seller financing, and that would be some cash now, some cash later. We prefer equity. We're not looking for the ones that are super tight and there's a $400,000 property and you're offering 405 or 400 and paying full price. Unless it really, really makes sense. That's usually best on multifamily type properties, not on a single family. But hey, there's rare occasions, so you can never say never. It's just not as prominent. So what do we do? We keep on rolling, right? We go to the some cash now, some cash later. Work that out, figure out what that is. And that's usually going to be about 75 to 80 cents on the dollar. If that doesn't work, then we're obviously going to move to the next phase, and that might be a option. Hey, we know what your bottom line number is. How about an option for the next 30 days? We'll run it through our network. We'll see if we can get somebody from the East Coast to the West Coast or wherever your property is located in between the whole United States of America. And if they buy it, cool. You get your property sold. We'll execute the option. We're going to sell that option to the investor, which we've done in the Midwest before, where we actually took an option on a wholesaler's contract and ended up selling it to the actual investor, which was the cash investor. And the only reason that happened is because that investor happened to own the whole block, and they're waiting for rents to come in and all that good stuff so they can just pay cash for the property, right? Which is pretty cool. So you never know what's going to happen, what's going to transpire with real estate. It's an awesome jam, an awesome game. But as we move forward into that, an option is just a one-page option. If you're going to use an addendum, cool, put 30 days on it. If we always like to do this, here's our little, I guess, rock and rollness when we're talking with a seller. If we go with an option, great. We'll execute it. We'll make a couple of bucks. If for whatever reason you sell the property, we don't want to lock your property up. We'll tear up the option, boom, cancel it. Good luck. And hopefully you close it up. All right, whatever we spent and our time and our money is ours. That's our cost of doing business. And if the option doesn't work, then we'll move to the next phase, which would be what? A novation, right? We're talking about maybe 80, 85, 90 cents on the dollar. And that's what I just mentioned to you with the VIP guarantee, the AHA guarantee, the equity guarantee. Then we offer that to the seller or to you, or if you got friends and family. But the great thing is about it is because we have the brokerage, so we're able to offer that. We may go in and clean it up a little bit. We may not. Just depends on the situation. If it's ready to go and they just want to get top dollar, then we move in that direction. And then we put it on the market and get it sold. And, hey, kumbaya, everybody's happy. If for whatever reason that just doesn't work, then we'll move to the next one. Hey, maybe they need a refi. Hey, I tell you what, we'll step out. Agent, broker is going to get you top dollar, and we move forward. So if you can see how the funnel rolls, right? It's not like a ladder type of thing or internet marketing. It's just a funnel that rolls. They come in this side and we roll them all the way through and pop out the other side, hopefully with a contract 9 times out of 10. If we get a contract, great. We move forward, we rock. And then there is one that one more, last but not least, if for whatever reason we're saying, I tell you what, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, we have some marketing dollars and we are looking for what? Properties, obviously. We're looking for properties in the area. Do we have marketing dollars? Yes, sometimes no, just depends. Okay, we'd say for hypothetically, we got some marketing dollars for, I don't know, Rancho, Upland or whatever, and we want to buy properties. So this is what I like to do. I like to offer you a marketing agreement where we're going to give you a sign, we're going to give you a box, flyers, we'll design the flyer, you print them yourself, and we'll give you some contracts or whatever. You can, get them from, car forms or wherever. And, we even put a national 800 number there with an extension. So you can go ahead and take all the calls. And in exchange for that, if you sell the property, just give us a testimonial. We'd be happy. Because we know that once we have our signs out here, right, they say, well, how's that going to help you? Or why would you do that, right? Yeah, it may cost $200, $300, $400 to do that. But why would you go ahead and offer marketing when you're not going to work with us? And here's the rebuttal, or it's not even a rebuttal. Here's the answer to that. It's like, well, okay, yeah. Well, because we know that not everybody's going to buy our house. You may get, say, 80, 90, 100 calls. 3 or 4 might want to buy our property, maybe a little bit more. If you can work it out and you get it sold, you go through escrow, then awesome. Congratulations. Give us a testimonial and let us know that AMP Live Media and their marketing package helped you. I like to call it the smart home, helped you get it sold. That's it. We don't get paid anything. It's our cost for doing business with you or just, helping you out. In exchange for that, we already know that the other 90 people that are going to be calling you are going to be investors, they're going to be buyers, they're going to be the looky-loos on the block. And those are leads for us. So it's the cost of marketing, right? It's just a unique way of marketing. And plus we have our sign out in front of their house. So when we're down the block trying to buy someone else's property, we're like, yeah, do you know so-and-so? Yeah, we were helping them out down there. Oh, that's your guys' sign? It sure is, yeah. Yeah, that's us, right? Now, perception's reality. We're not going to go into details and explain everything to them. No, it's just, yeah, we're helping them out. Yes, we are, right? We're helping them out. We got a package. They're in the front yard. If they sell it, great. If they don't, this is the other thing. For whatever reason, they're like, man, I'm getting all these calls, getting all these crazy people and the contracts. They want to do this, want to do that, want to do this. We actually had it locked up, but it didn't sell. Had it locked up, but it didn't sell. You know what? Can you just buy my property? Can you just help me? I know I feel bad because you did the sign and maybe you can deduct it out of whatever you're going to be doing. Oh, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Sure, no problem. So we're hoping that they're going to come back to us. If they don't come back to us, we get full-on marketing. We're going to get a bunch of leads that are going to roll through the system, right? That they're going to be, everything that rolls through the system is ours anyways, right? And we let them know that. And the marketing is absolutely free. So beautiful thing, right? And 9 times out of 10, who would say, no, I'm not interested, or unless they don't want to sign in their front yard, or they don't want any marketing, or, they just want to try to huff it and puff it themselves, then great, go for it. but it's very rare. Say about maybe 1 to 3% will say no. The other 97% say, yeah, no problem. You know, they may put it, we'll go and install it, and we'll do all that good stuff, right? We'll take pictures of the property because we're already there, taking pictures, getting video, all that good stuff. We'll prepare it for them, put a flyer together for them, send it to them. They can print it themselves because we're not going to pay for the cost of printing it, right? But they can print them, put them in the flyer box, boom, boom, boom. And then when they sell the property, we just go pick it up. No big deal. Right? Or they can keep it as a souvenir or whatever. We don't care. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to pick it up, use it on another property. Or they'll say, hey, we changed our mind. Can you come pick up your stuff? Sure, no problem. We'll get it done. Right? So I think that's awesome. It's very unorthodox. It's different. And that's what we're all about, right? The road less traveled. We're not rocking with the sheep. We want to create stuff and do stuff and then see the results and then rock it. That's the essence of AHA, Americans Have Americans. AMP Live, the American Mentee program, the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And yes, even VIP Execs, Realty, Lending, and Investments, where you step into excellence. And that is true. That's where everybody is treated VIP. Whether it's a $100,000 house or a $100 million house, you're treated as a VIP. That's the way it should be. And that's the way, it's designed through the broker. It's Miss L saying, look, you know what? Everybody should be getting customer service. What's up with these companies that don't give customer service, whether they're brokers or escrow or agents, or you're buying a car or you're buying a product? Everybody's customer service has kind of gone to crap, to be honest with you, right? But with this AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, it's what we're here to do. You got 3 ways to come aboard. And that's what I'm going to share with you. Easy peasy, do it yourself, 147 buckaroonies. Boom. Can't go wrong. It's like 10 modules, 10 juicy modules of seller finance. It starts off with wholesale, and then some seller finance, and then our favorite, subject to. We even sprinkled on, like I mentioned, a little bit of lease options and rent to owns. Now, you can do that wrong. I just got off the phone a little earlier with a scenario where this person, I won't get into deep of the scenario, but they had the property. The other person signed it off, quick claim deed, did a grant deed. I think there was some probably illegal maneuvers that were done by, yes, a broker. So I'm going to check out that fuck nut and see what's up with him. But I think they did some stuff that shouldn't have been done, because when you're married, it's common law state, right? I don't care even if it's your soul and separate, they're both alive. They got to sign on the dotted line to sign off, right? That wasn't done. But this is the thing, right? When you don't know, so that person's thinking, oh yeah, this is my house, this and that. And then they come and tell the person to move. What happens? They move. They don't know any better. Say, no, you don't need to move. You don't need to do shit, right? But just knowing stuff, right? Should have recorded the deed, should have recorded the quick claim deed, and it'd be a lot harder. Shit, should have put that sucker into a trust for legal and tax purposes, then really lock that sumbug in. And then the things that happened couldn't happen. And that happens a lot in this world, right? I mean, I've heard people trying to sell houses that they don't own. There's been people that try to rent and lease out properties that they don't own, and squatters, all kinds of crazy stuff happens. So we want to eliminate that. That's by working with us, right? And eliminating all the BS at the end of the day, because we're not going to get into a deal with you, and I won't let you get into a deal unless we're protected 100%, right? And I like to go by this little fuzzy thing, right? For whatever reason, if I can't sleep at night, you can't sleep at night, or anybody cannot sleep at night in the transaction, boom, we pull out. It's not worth it. I guarantee it. It's not worth it. Doesn't matter how much money is involved. But you can jump on that. The second one is live coaching, and we're doing a hybrid all the way till Sunday at midnight. That's right. This Sunday midnight, a hybrid of the live coaching for $1,997. Everything in the DIY plus weekly live coaching. You're going to get real deal analysis, negotiation, role play, accountability calls, VIP execs, lender access right there. That's like should be for the price of the program. And of course, myself, Erick is live, and it's going to be a hybrid of one-on-one mentoring and live coaching with the deal analysis, and then customer service. You get if you need stuff done, ask questions, right? Anything that's technical and things of that nature, because I won't be able to get it done. That'll be someone else going to take care of that. And then the third way coming aboard is how everybody used to come aboard, is only, and the only program, our flagship program, is the American Mentee program, the only program of its kind where we train and mentor you and others across the United States of America. True one-on-one mentoring. That's right. We work with you. 90% or 90% of the work is done on the first couple of deals. Do you understand? They start rinsing and repeating. We do partner up. That's the other thing too. That's an added bonus is a JV. We'll actually joint venture with you along with ourselves and others that want to jump into a deal. We're going to show you how to build your own private bank of money to be able to do these deals for fix, flip, buy, and hold. I like to call them sub-2 buyouts, right? But for the American Mentee program, it's a selection application. I believe that is in the chat down below. If not, I'll put it in there again. Right there, we get the charter. But it is one-on-one with myself, Erick Jimenez, and my team. Your deals, your market, deep accountability, premium access, Erick's personal network, our resources from AHA, Amp Live, Media, the American Mentee program, VIP execs. That's 40 years of resources that we share with you. Our stories are your stories. You piggyback on the national brand, AHA, Americans Out Americans, until we start building out your brand. So this is a full-on business, right? Done with you and done for you. So that like I mentioned, that was our flagship, and it was the only program we have. But now we have these other beautiful, awesome, lovely programs for you that we spent a lot of time, and I'm proud of it. Spent a lot of time putting them together for you. Hopefully you enjoy them. At the end of the day, we appreciate any and all testimonials, because then it helps us share this with you, people like you and others across the United States of America and even the world. So I'm going to go ahead. You can go to apply.geterickpaullive, apply.geterickpaullive.com. We'll put in, I think I have my booking link there somewhere. If you just want to talk and chat about real estate, and need some help so I can help you, point you in the right direction, then that would be awesome. I'll be more than happy to help you do that and make a friend, right? All right, let me see where we're at. I'm going to drop this just for watching. It's the Deal Automator, absolutely free. And then I'm going to put in my link for the application process. It's easy. Takes a couple of minutes and you'll be all ready to rock. I believe it's right there. Let me grab that real quick. I'm going to put that in the chat. I'm going to wrap this up. If you have any questions, just do a DM, reach out. Love to speak with you, touch bases with you, and we'll go from there. Oh, here we go. I'm not going to get into, I'm just going to run through the slides so you see it. Testimonials, big mistake I made by not going belly to belly and trying to do spaghetti at the wall. Simple process, fill out the application, review the testimonials, book your breakout call. Heck, all you got to do is fill out the application and we'll chit chat and talk. So it's 250 years of freedom, but what I do got to share something with you. I'll be honest with you, right? It's 250 years of freedom because it is one of the best countries in the United States, in the world, right? But at the same token, remember, they have created this system to keep you out. I'm just being honest, right? Keep me out, keep you out, keep us all out. And I didn't know that because most people don't want to scratch the surface or want to dig deep enough to say, can you do this? Can I have an LLC? Can I have a holding company? Can I build a trust? Can I have a trust? Can I put stuff into a trust? Can I start building some wealth? Can I start building some stuff for my family? Can I build a legacy? Or am I just destined to have a job and a job and that's all it's ever going to be? And then retire, right? That stuff used to happen with the industrial age, right? You get a job, you go through the industrial age, nuclear family, and the father can pretty much take care of everybody on one salary and all that good stuff, right? And smoke some cigarettes, drink some alcohol, and do the doocy woosy boosy or whatever, and that's it, right? And that was life. It was the leave it to beaver action, and but then that changed, right? Industrial age changed, the internet boom exploded. All the Gen Xers who were stoners back in the day became nerds and computer analysts and started creating software and became businessmen and all that good stuff with the baby boomers, Gen X, and then obviously we had the millennials, are trying to figure out, man, what's my destiny? Where do I belong? What's going to happen here, right? No, I don't want, mom and dad's house, or maybe they do. What am I going to do with it? I'm going to run into some money. What do I do with the money? What's my future about? So this is for you young guys and gals as well, right? Real estate is the jam, okay? It's what's going to help you. One deal can change your life, but you got to dig in. It's like anything else. Everybody wants to be the CEO of the company, but they don't want to clean the shitters and clean the toilets. They don't want to work with the janitor, or they don't want to even talk to the janitor, right? Because they think they're too above it. We're not. We all come from the same jam, and that's God, right? God does not make junk, but we are all a little bit different and quirky in our own crazy, quirky ways, right? That's just life. It's just genetics. It's just the way things have happened and turns out. But we're all, if we focus on stuff and we're connected to frequency and all that good stuff and God, then, you can do anything. You really can. You just got to focus on some of those things. And life does get in the way, and I get all that, right? But we got opportunity right here. This is an opportunity for you. So, anybody can afford the 147, the 1997, anybody can afford that. The one-on-one mentoring is a little bit different, right? There are hard costs, right? And you got to take care of the hard costs, and you can put that on some people get micro loans. Some people put it on a credit card. Boom. You got a little payment of $200-300 a month, which is way better than if we in-house finance you. You can jump into this with the 1997 and make 3 payments of $747. That's doable as well. You can also jump onto the Mentee. You just got to apply, but that is a selection process. And if you are selected and it's a good fit, then yeah, you get a couple micro loans, or, you do whatever you need to do. You can go to the credit union. That's anywhere from $10,000 to $29,000 to done with you and done for you. But it's full on helping you grow and build a business. And we're partnering up on deals. Nobody does that. I guarantee you, nobody does what we do because nobody wants to. Nobody wants the liability at the same token, right? And that is the gist of it. That is the truth. Nobody's going to work with you. You're not going to talk to somebody at 7 p.m. at any other company. And nobody's going to get on the phone and work with you and rock a deal. If you're in California, no one's going to meet with you and go rock a deal. No one's going to spend time with you one-on-one to help you and babysit you and hold your hand through questions that you may have to get a transaction done or type of marketing, right? It's not done. There's too much AI. There's too many. You can have Facebook groups and people, I always like to call it the blind leading the blind. That's fine. That's cool. It's not the best use of your time. But if you want to go and try to learn by someone else who's in a group who's never done it, just because you want to have kumbaya and we'll work together and we'll get it done and you can hug each other and all that shit, whatever. The only ones that are going to rock is 10%. The 10% of the rock and rollers in the group or any group or real estate group are going to feed on all the newbies, right? Period. That's just the way it works until you become a rock and roller, and then you'll become part of the 10%, and then you'll feed on the newbies. That's how it works, right? That's how it's always worked. It's worked like that before there was Facebook, because there's a thing called real estate. It's called RIAs, real estate investment groups, right? At the end of the day. And that's what you would do. Go to the groups, hang out, network, and learn. And try to get to know the people that were rocking and people that put on the real estate investment group. But other than that, I'm going to wrap this up. Rock and roll and all that you do. I'm going to go ahead and put my mug up here. We'll go into this phase here and see my mug. QR codes. We'll drop that right here. And we'll do the captions because I like the captions, right? We got it? No, we can't. Oh, I can only do one or the other. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We'll go with We'll go with this QR code. Okay. All right. But anyways, rock and roll and all that you do. Keep on rocking and rolling. God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth. Keep on rocking and rolling as we go into the weekend. Tomorrow, I'll be back for Thursday Deals Day and the live Real Estate Domination Live webinar. Back for Friday highlights, some Saturday rock and roll training, and then Sunday for it's one of my favorite days, right? Not just because I get to spend time with family, get to do the church thing, get to have some food, but also get to do my Sunday rants and raves. It's the Sunday sermon rants and raves, right? So as I talk a little bit about anything, it doesn't matter. It can be about God, it can be about politics, it could be about music, it could be about sports, it could be anything in the entire world. Any topic is open to discussion. The same token, yes, I may drop some S-bombs and F-bombs. So make sure you plug your ears or make sure the kids don't have any, put some headphones on them or something, right? I'll go play the video games. I guess everybody and their mothers playing video games and things of that nature these days. The little kids are anyways, right? We used to have to go outside. We did have Atari, I'm not going to lie, right? What, Atari? What the hell is that? We had Atari and video games and Activision and all the stuff that's probably here now. But we had to go outside to get some sunlight. We had to go outside to play and interact. We had to interact with people. So it's a different world these days, but I'll leave it at that. Rock and roll, Amp Live, the American Mentee program. Definitely scan the QR code for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. That's going to end on Sunday. Okay, that'll end on Sunday. There's not going to be any hybrid, but it'll revert into, yes, the same 1997, but it'll be live coaching. So there won't be any more, there won't be the JV, and there won't be the hybrid of one-on-one mentoring, just the live coaching, deal analysis, and support. That's more than enough to do what? Rock deals. So we'll look forward to rocking and rolling with you and rocking deals for June and July, both deal months. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.